Someone just offered to give you $20 million to live on an isolated island for 2 years, all by yourself. You would have access to food, water, and a catalog of your favorite movies and TV series. However, you would not have access to the internet or a smartphone to read the news or chat with anyone else. Would you do it? How would it affect your brain? Could you make it through the 2 years? How would you spend your time? Living on an isolated island for 2 years, cut off from human interaction and the digital world, would have a profound impact on both the body and mind. Physically, the body would adapt to the demands of the environment. Increased exposure to sunlight would boost vitamin D levels, promoting bone health and potentially improving mood. However, the lack of physical interaction with others could lead to a decline in immune function, as the body's exposure to various pathogens would be limited. The absence of modern conveniences might necessitate increased physical activity for tasks like food preparation and shelter maintenance, potentially leading to improved cardiovascular health and muscle strength. Nonetheless, a monotonous diet, even if nutritionally adequate, could lead to deficiencies in essential vitamins and minerals, potentially causing health problems over time. Mentally, the effects of isolation would likely be more pronounced. Humans are inherently social creatures, and the absence of meaningful social interactions could trigger feelings of loneliness, depression, and anxiety. The lack of mental stimulation from the digital world and human conversations could lead to boredom, restlessness, and difficulty concentrating. The human brain thrives on variety and novelty, and the repetitive nature of living in the same environment with limited external stimuli can lead to sensory underload, potentially causing hallucinations and other psychological disturbances. However, the human mind is remarkably adaptable. Some individuals might thrive in solitude, finding solace and creativity in quieter environments. The abundance of time could be utilized for self-reflection, pursuing hobbies, and developing new skills. Writing books, painting. The catalog of movies and TV series could provide entertainment and mental stimulation, although the lack of new content and shared experiences could eventually lead to diminishing returns. You will have to rewatch the same content over and over again. To cope with the challenges of isolation, you would need to establish your own routine. Creating a schedule for daily activities, such as exercise, reading, exploring the island, and engaging in creative pursuits, could provide a sense of structure and purpose. Practicing mindfulness and meditation techniques could help manage stress, anxiety, and negative emotions. The availability of food and water would ensure basic survival needs are met, but the psychological impact of isolation could still be debilitating for some individuals. While the financial incentive might be tempting, it's essential to consider the potential long-term effects on mental health before embarking on such an endeavor. Ultimately, whether or not one could endure 2 years of solitude depends on individual resilience, coping mechanisms, and the ability to find meaning and fulfillment in isolation. In terms of practical survival, living on an isolated island would require a certain level of self-sufficiency and resilience. Maintaining physical health would necessitate a disciplined approach to diet and exercise, as well as the ability to manage minor medical issues that might arise. Psychological resilience would be equally important, as coping with loneliness and maintaining mental health would be ongoing challenges. Engaging in hobbies, creative pursuits, and physical activities would be essential to pass the time and keep the mind and body engaged.